Hi guys, it's Tuesday and I have a little different video for you. I watch people do Project Life or Pocket Life or, you know, whatever little 3x4, 4x6 pocket pages. And I've never really got into it. I tried it a few times. I actually did one from 2008 with Creative Memories. They came out with this album that I'd never seen before, and it was these little pocket pages. And so I did an entire Disney album like that, but since then I really have only done like one or two pocket pages, and that's because used to, when you'd buy a Project Life 12 by 12, they would come with some pocket pages. But so anyway, I had trouble. I have trouble downscaling from a 12 by 12, but I've watched so much of Adele Toomey and her pocket pages that I'm like, actually, I think I can do this now. So I can scale it down and it won't bother me. And I've gotten into smaller pictures. And so I really like Studio Calico's 9 by 12 system. And they had this sale because they're kind of expensive for what you get. But they did have a sale going. And I said, well, if I'm ever going to try it, I'll just buy one um, album and one set of extra pocket protectors and see if I can, if nothing else, I'll just do one album, see if I like it. So I actually end up really, really, really having fun with this layout. And I'm not like, I don't have a specific rhythm to it yet, so I'm kind of all over the board. I apologize for that. I know it's probably like, oh, she's working on this card. Wait, I thought she was done. She skipped over to this card. Because that's kind of how I am when I scrapbook anyway. I'm all over the place. And so, I know it's easier to watch one little page or pocket at a time, but that's kind of not my style. So I hope that doesn't bother you. But I just used a lot of scraps. I mean, I've got a bowl on my desk that has all these scraps. That gold paper there with the hearts punched out, I literally punched out with my um, cheapo Hobby Lobby heart punch that I keep a bowl full of those hearts on my desk in a different bowl, and I just grab whatever color hearts I want from the glitter stack that I've punched a bunch of hearts from. So, um, yeah, and that's kind of the positive, or would it be the negative? I guess it'd be the negative, because the positive would be the hearts, right? So, either way, you know what I mean. So it actually looks like it's intended to be that way, or a piece of washi or something to me. So I like to add it to layouts, and I thought it worked really well here because it's so small. And these uh, are basically, like I said, just extras. I have all these Pocket Life cards, and I've never used them. And I had Sweetheart Nicole Jones 911 send me a bunch, and I'll put them on 12 by 12s, but I kind of have these masculine ones, and I didn't really know what to do with them. And here I've got Bab in my life, so it worked out perfect. And this is why I never throw stuff away. Unless it's just really, really never going to be my style again, I hold on to it. And here it is. It's serving me well. So the washi is probably just some I got in Freckled Fawn. That's where most of my washi is. And literally, I am just grabbing the little tiner bits and scraps you could ever imagine that most of the time get thrown away or thrown in that bowl. So this is pictures of Bab when he decided to be silly when he was shaving his beard down. It had gotten kind of thick, and he said, well, I'm going to shave it down and um, see what it looks like, and I don't remember if he completely shaved 100%. He may have, but if not, he got it pretty close. So we played around in the interim of that, and he's got little bits and pieces that he'll shave off, and then I took a picture and had him turn, and then he shaved off the whole side and had these long sideburns. It was so ridiculous. And like he loves it when I take his picture and give him attention like that. He's such a camera hog. So he's a perfect boyfriend for me because just he gets such a kick out of me taking his picture, and I get such a kick out of doing it when he's being silly like this. So he says this is his favorite layout ever, and my response to him was, "Of course it is. It's all about you." My diagnosed narcissist boyfriend. This is not a shock. And he's like, "Hey." So, um, he does work on that ego, by the way, but at least he doesn't have low self esteem. That's better than, my last husband was always depressed and had very low self esteem, and I was always trying to lift him up. This boyfriend, I'm always like, dude, you take it down a notch. There are other people on this planet. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He's got a great heart. Don't get me wrong. He's not a jerk or anything. He just, um, I think it's a genetic thing, honestly, and the way he was raised. But I can, and he's been through counseling, and he knows that he does it, and he knows he has to stay humble and that sort of thing. But he's working on it. He's getting there. It's just one of those things, like if you struggle with any other like issues, whether it be anxiety or depression, he's narcissist. So, but he works on it. Got to give him credit for that. Anyway, I digress. Um, I really had no idea what I was ever gonna do with those stars, like the little tiny stars, and like this acrylic one I got in a Freckle Fawn kit, and they turned out perfect on this layout. They were the perfect match, especially that little yellow ticket with the star on it. I've had it forever, and I was like, I'm never going to use this. I almost threw it away like 5 times, and here it is working perfectly on this particular spread. So the alphas are so tiny, yeah, I end up grabbing my tweezers because I couldn't get them lined up perfectly, and I'm kind of OCD. So they are Recollections, gold little tiny stickers. Let me think about some of the other things. I know there were some Heidi Swap labels and some Simple Stories Love and Adore enamel dots that I used. The chipboard is really old Teresa Collins, "Oh Happy Day," if you remember that line. So, use up your stash on these little projects. It's just so easy, especially the tiny ones that either get lost or fall off. Like these little stickers are literally falling off, and they're getting old to the point where they don't want to pull off of the backing. So I even have to glue some of those down. But yeah, you can use them on little stuff like this. I think this is where I do my journaling. Yeah. And talk about how cute he's being and how much fun we had. And how we were just cracking up in the bathroom. And I know my bathroom is super retro. Okay, this house was built in the 70s, and she tried, it was only owned by one woman before me. She tried to update it in the 80s, so it's full of all this wallpaper, and the entire bedroom and bathroom were blue, and I mean like country blue. The curtains, the baseboards, the trim work, the doors, the carpet. I mean, it was like blackout blue. And then the bathroom complemented it by this horrible wallpaper that is all these blue flowers from the early 80s. So that is the one room in the house I have not remodeled. Every other room in this house, every other room in this house has been totally remodeled, including the pool, the landscaping. I guess I've never really finished out the garage, but let's be real, it's a garage. Not a big priority. But I've done all the duct work. I mean, I've basically built a house within a house, and I've just never gotten to that master bathroom. I've remodeled consistently for 3 years, like boom, 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 spent tons of money, knocked out a lot of stuff all at once, and then I just got sick of having workers in my house. It was like one more day of, and it seems like every time you get one thing fixed, you have workers come in and work on something else, and they tear up what you just got remodeled, and then they're like, "Oh, I didn't know we did that," and then they do this little patchwork to fix it, and I'm like, I really don't need my trim torn up so that I can get a bathtub installed right now. I'm just going to wait a couple of more years. So that's kind of that story. And that's why my bathroom is hideous. Um, but yeah, I know I kind of went off on a tangent and am all over the place today, but it's a good day. It's like almost 90 degrees here in Texas, and Bab is smoking brisket and chicken, and I'm doing art and videos, and I just wanted to get this out to you so you could hopefully enjoy or be inspired. And I will talk to you later. Ta ta for now. Bye.